Greetings and salutations. It is I, Professor Macabro. Yes, it is I. Long time no see, it seems. But if you follow my channel, you know that I am way more interactive in the social medias than I am on YouTube. It is what it is, unfortunately. But I am here, back again, to share with you some recent horror DVDs and Blu-rays added to the collection. So, let's get started. First off, I found this at a Dollar Tree. Yes, sometimes I am lucky that I do find some horror at the Dollar Trees. Not often. Unfortunately, the only Dollar Tree that I have near my area is usually picked clean. When I went, the only thing I saw was some really cheapo animated movies that probably never even seen the light of a theater, direct-to-DVD kind of stuff, and some romantic hogwash that does not interest me at all. But I did find 2 horror movies, and that makes my black heart super happy. This is a blind buy. I have not seen it, and I am hoping it is some sort of horror movie that's a thriller or a slasher, and it's If She Screams. I don't know, it looks like, it might be like a hunter-slasher kind of thing, but this thing looks like it's some sort of tentacles. Or maybe it's just hair made to look like tentacles, but looks interesting. I grew up, I've mentioned this before, in the time of the VHS, where you didn't know what kind of movie you would rent. You would base yourself solely on the cover, because this was a dark and ancient time before the internet, where you couldn't just take out your cell phone and Google a movie and see if it was good or bad. No, you only had the cover to go by, and the brief description on the back, and you would roll the dice and take a chance. Would it be good? Would it be bad? Either way, I always had a good time, so I am always blind buying movies, because that brings nostalgia to me, especially when the cover looks interesting. So, If She Screams, I will pop this in and see if it's any good. This one is Unsane. The selling point to this is that it was all recorded, supposedly, all recorded through an iPhone. And, it came out very well, actually. I was surprised, and I am a very trusting person. I was going to say untrustworthy, but you can trust me. But I can't trust a lot of things that I see on the internet. So, after seeing the movie, I do have my doubts whether or not everything was recorded on an iPhone. Because it actually looks pretty good. Pretty good. It's an okay movie. I wouldn't say it's the best movie, but it has the novelty that it was supposedly recorded on an iPhone. But pretty good. Glad to add finally this one to the collection. Now, this is a sequel. I have been looking for the first one for a number of years, because I randomly saw the first one and I was like, hot damn, that was actually pretty good. Bravo, found footage. Bravo. You made something that I thought was not as good as Paranormal Activity. To me, Paranormal Activity is still 1, 2, and 3 is really high up there. But this one was pretty good, and that movie is Grave Encounters. I thought it was pretty good, but I have not been able to find it, but I did come across Grave Encounters 2. Unfortunately, this is, not as good as the first one, sadly. But I wanted to get 1 and 2, and now I have 2. Now I just need the first one. Goody! Always great to come across movies that I'm hunting for. Now this one, well, I'm not ashamed to admit this. I like the Underworld series. I think they're very entertaining, even though they really aren't hard or more action-y. But they have horror elements, what with the vampires and the werewolves and so on. And, of course, I've said this many a time, Kate Beckinsale is gorgeous in the outfit. Oh, still, every time I think of the Underworld series, I am brought back to that to that scene in the second one where they're hiding away, and then you can almost hear the music go, put your quack quack, put your quack quack, and then, oh, good stuff. So I have a lot of the Underworld. I have the whole series, but for the first one, I double dip a lot. And I was going through my Underworld collection, and I realized that I have the theatrical release of Underworld in full screen. I thought I had the on the widescreen edition and one of the many versions that I have, but it turns out I don't. I have 2 versions of the unrated director's cut, but no versions of the theatrical widescreen. So I had to remedy that away. Right away, I had to remedy that, and I got Underworld theatrical cut widescreen. Why? Well, because I'm a madman, obviously. But now I have all versions of the Underworld movie. Widescreen, full screen, widescreen, the theatrical cut, and then they didn't make a full screen director's cut. No. Picked up Salem Slot, the remake of the original Salem Slot. I must say that I enjoy the first one, and if I remember correctly, Return to Salem Slot was also very good. This one, it is what it is. It's not the best, it's not the worst, but it's not as good as the original. Quite frankly, I enjoy the original one much more. But nice to have it in the collection. Picked up Knock Knock, and I must admit, when I hear Knock Knock, I unfortunately think of that Keanu Reeves movie that he did where he's taken hostage by these 2 insane people. And that is not a horror movie, even though it's intended to be, because it does have a very hilarious ending. Yes, unintentionally hilarious ending. It's very, very bizarre to come across something that's sold as a horror movie, and then they go, well, here's the ending, spooky, and everyone's like, look at that. And Knock Knock was done after John Wick, or released after John Wick, so you're like, Keanu Reeves badass, and then that ending. Bizarre! But no, this is a different Knock Knock, where these people are besieged by, I'm hoping, some sort of spooky ghost. Delightful. Would be good. Well, it's gotta be better than that Keanu Reeves Knock Knock, ain't it? Ain't it? Why not? Well, do I do one more, or do I save it for another video? I think I will save it for another video. Yes, I might as well. My recent content has been, unfortunately, very, very, short. I tend to do that. I'm sorry. It does tend to take me a little longer to sit down and record, but I do have a review planned. I don't script my reviews. I just think of an idea and then it just pops out. But I do have an idea for a review coming soon for a movie that I just bought, and I will share with you in another video. So think of this as a cliffhanger for the next video that I will record. Yes, I did that to you. I did a cliffhanger. Anyway, while I record the next video, please be so kind, if you know what's good for ya, to give me a like. I love seeing all those likes. A comment. I love reading comments. Again, that's why I'm more interactive in social media. I like writing and seeing people write me back. And so leave a comment. I will get back to you. And if you're new to the channel and you have stumbled across this random mad channel recorded by a madman and you like what you see, well then, please subscribe. I may not be consistent, but I am not entertaining either, and I might not be knowledgeable, but well, honestly, I don't have that much, but still subscribe. It's good for you. Well, until I see you all again next time, I wish you all, like always, a good evening.